Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a RodimusPrimal random Thursday night or Wednesday night stream. Just saying hi to everybody. And here we go. How's it going there, Bat Kid? How's it going there, people? Just getting this, make sure everything is set up here so I can do this. Yeah, it has been a while since I've done a live stream. I wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to talk to you guys about what ideas I've got going on for Transformers discussions coming up. So this way I can just, you know, answer some questions. It's basically going to be a fun Q&A. Congratulations, Gundam Convoy. Married man now. So let's see. Parker88, John, San Momo, Gamers364, Ryan Corwin, Gamer Guy 364, so other one. Wolfpack, Optimus Prime. Hello. What is up, my peoples? Should do a side swipe for a topic, Hound or Ironhide. Well, I did do Ironhide and Ratchet. I could redo that video. Yes, I am almost at 50,000 subscribers. I'm like getting close to there. I got less than 1,000 subscribers to go, and I'll be at 50,000 subs. It's going to be a big cool thing. What's good, fan? Big fan. Thank you very much, Shochi Drake. Let's bring back KISS players. No. How's it going there, Jeff Koons? Do a video on the records. I would like to do a video on the records. What's going on there, Larkin's Lair? Nice talk. How many Transformers collection? I have a huge Transformers collection. It's not as big as some people. Some people have bigger collections than I do. I would like to do something about, like, let's say the Protectobots or something like that. Good morning. For me, it's decade. Oh, wow. And it's lightning and thundering out there. We got severe thunderstorms going on outside. So it could, I could lose the stream or power at any moment. You never know. Commander Class Armada Tidal Wave. That would be interesting. Or Leader Class Rodimus. Or Ultra Magnus. I wouldn't mind them doing like a Rodimus Prime that is not transforming into Hot Rod. That would be pretty cool. Like, to upgrade his character even more. Have I heard about Michael Bay thing with Maurice? I have not heard that. No. It'd be storming in Florida. From what I hear, from what I remember of Florida, you would have a sunny, beautiful day. Would never know that it rained. By like 6-7 o'clock, all of a sudden it pours, and then by like 7 o'clock it's done, and then by 8 o'clock it's like everything dries out. Unless the storm comes earlier. Sometimes it can come even like at 3 or 4 o'clock, but that's from the last time I was in Florida. Need a RodimusPrimal figure for 25th anniversary of Beast Wars. Yeah, that would be interesting. It is like I could see like lightning flashes like outside right now. Do I have any complete combiners in my collection? Yeah, I've got a lot of combiners, G1 combiners. As far as I have Abominus, as far as the Prime Wars trilogy ones, and I have Volcanicus, but I don't ever combine him into Volcanicus. Abominus I do. I don't have Greenlight and Lancer yet, so I can't quite I can't quite make it Orthea, but someone had sent me a combiner port to add to Chromia to make her like part of Orthea if I wanted to. Favorite Autobot and Decepticon combiner? Well, I would probably say Defensor and Predaking. Did I see the pre-orders for King Poseidon? I did not see that. And King Poseidon looks amazing. I really, really want King Poseidon. Must be Bumblebee leaking lubricants again. Stop lubricating the man. Yeah, Volcanicus is my least favorite of the Prime Wars trilogy. He falls apart. And Alita 1, her joints are super loose. So I can't get her to stand when combined. So I'd just rather have her like not be a combiner. But yeah, Defensor is definitely like on my top as far as Autobots is, because I love Defensors, like, because I love the G1 toy. Am I gonna watch the 1986? Oh, that's right, 8/8. Yeah, that's right, August 8th, 2005. I'm gonna have to remind everybody on all the social media accounts. Speaking of social media, you guys can follow me on Facebook. You guys can follow me on Twitter. I am on Instagram, RodimusPrimal Show. RodimusPrimal, I think, is on for both Facebook and Twitter. I do have a Patreon if you guys want to help support the channel on Patreon. And if you want to donate to me at any time, you can go on Streamlabs. The link is actually in the in the description of this live stream right now, or at least it should be, so that you can I might be able to put the link in the comments. So I'm just gonna do that really quickly. But you also can you can also check out my second channel. My second channel is RodimusPrimal Talks, and that channel is allows me to talk outside of the box of Transformers, because I really wanted to I wanted to make sure that I focused on Transformers on this channel, since it's my main channel, and that's what I wanted to talk to a lot about more with that. But like, if I want to talk Ninja Turtles, or if I want to talk the MCU, if I want to talk about how like Joker doesn't look like it's going to be that good of a movie, or Godzilla, all that kind of stuff will be in my Rodimus Primal Talks channel. You may or may not like some of my opinions, because I'm a little bit more open on that channel. But yeah, rip the MCU, especially after the announcement at Comic-Con, right? Poor MCU. But I hope comics doesn't die, because the DC looks like is now got bought out by AT&T, and so Warner might actually cut DC Comics. That would be like terrible. But then again, I wouldn't mind seeing some like other comic companies like doing some rising stuff. I do want to, I need to see Batman versus TMNT, but I want to do a special video about TMNT. I want to talk about how Ninja Turtles saved my life. And maybe what I'll do is I'll kind of talk about the first season of the cartoon, and then maybe something like that, and kind of give like give you guys a rundown, like back when I was a kid, when Ninja Turtles first, like Transformers was just dying, and then Ninja Turtles was like getting big, because the comics came out at the same time for Transformers and Ninja Turtles. But Ninja Turtles was like a big deal for me. And I can tell you, I saw the Coming Out of Their Shells tour at Radio City Music Hall, along with the Masters of the Universe Power Tour. So I can, I was at both shows. So that was kind of interesting. Transformers versus TMNT. I don't know if I would want to see that, but you met Kevin Eastman. That's cool. I've heard he's cool. I've heard he's like a down to earth, chill guy. Batman versus TMNT. I definitely need to watch that. I saw the trailer. What do I think about the Youngblood movies? I don't know anything about that. Hopefully they don't later discuss mutants on transfer. Well, yeah, IDW Comics, they already did. Since Dank Starscream isn't here, I'll support you. I'm sure he'll see that in the comments, and I'll see Dank Starscream like leaving stuff in the comments. He's always like, he even like flips out on my wife whenever he does stuff. Saw He-Man at Radio City too. Very cool. Very cool. My dad used to work for Xerox, so he was able to get us tickets to like different like Radio City, like different places. Like anyway, that was pretty interesting. You enjoyed the Transformers Ghostbusters crossover. That's cool. I gotta read that. I definitely should either pick it up or find a way to read it. Have I heard of MGO? Of course I've heard of MGO. I've heard of a lot of these different Transformers YouTubers that I have not met or talked to before. I don't know if they know who I am or care. Who is my favorite Decepticon Target Master? I really like Slug Slinger. Maybe it's because it's Peter Cullen's voice, like, Slug Slinger's here. Do I think Power Rangers is a dead franchise because they're all the same? You know what I like about, here's the thing about Power Rangers. Power Rangers a lot is cool because it reinvents itself every new series. So like you and I can grow can grow out of Power Rangers, and then the next generation can watch the next series and enjoy it, and we could have aged out of it, and then it can just continue that way. That's the way that's cool about Power Rangers. I actually met Bobby Skullface in person without his mask on. Of course, he said he had to wear his mask whenever taking pictures. That was just a thing. You know, Power Rangers is a rip-off of Voltron? Not completely. If you know, Super Sentai started like in the late 70s. So Voltron actually kind of is pretty much an anime. Like Go Lion is an anime of like Super Sentai. But then it was brought over to America as Voltron. Is Bobby ugly without the mask? He kind of looks like me. He's bald. That's all. That's probably all I can say about him. You know, it's just that he doesn't want his face shown on camera, and I respect that. I completely respect that. Like, you know, I put my face out there. I'm sure people like make fun of my face. In fact, I'm actually going to. My dad is gifting me because my brother-in-law is a dentist, and he's going to be doing my teeth, so I'm going to end up getting Invisalign, so finally get my teeth straightened out. But as far as Transformers discussions, now if you guys saw my Orion PAX, I'm an Android guy. If you guys saw my Orion PAX video, you probably noticed that I was kind of all over the place. Like I was like, the more I watch, you know, every time I rewatched my Orion PAX video, I said to myself, I was like, man, it really kind of stinks that, like, you know, I feel like I'm bounced all over the place and I didn't get to everything I wanted to talk about in that video. And do I like RID 2001? I do. Can I show some of my Gundam model kits? I'd have to go dig them out. Transformers getting killed depending upon the character. From what I see, Ju took it too far. Who would win, Voltron, Devastator? But anyway, so like I was trying to say, like my Orion PAX video, I don't know how many people really enjoyed that one, because I feel like a lot of people were commenting like, does this need to be a 13-minute video? And I was like, I kind of felt like insulted in a way, because I saw a lot of comments about that. And I was like, what it is that I started bouncing all over the place. Because sometimes I feel that I need to almost do like a retrospective or like cover everything about a character if I'm trying to just like talk about a specific topic. So I think like new Transformers discussion videos, I need to like focus my attention, you know? So if I want to do, you know, like the next script I'm trying to write is about Bumblebee, I don't need to cover the entire history of Bumblebee, because I'm sure that if I don't talk about Dreamwave, or if I don't talk about the IDW version of the character, you know, because it doesn't make sense for, you know, it doesn't make sense for me to talk about everything, because I'm trying to talk about something specific about Bumblebee. If I want to talk about Soundwave, do I need to cover the history about him being a micro change toy, and the fact that he was cassette man, and then he's you know, he's got his cassettes. You know, what do I need to talk about when it comes down to Soundwave? You know, what do I need to focus on? Like the Seeker and Triple Changers videos. Those were two huge video, you know, like they were two huge videos. Like I really like went all out, you know, getting the information about them, and you know, trying to talk about every single character and some of their history and what they can transform into. Like Springer, I had a really fun time doing that Airwolf, you know, thing, and I had fun doing that. But if I do a Bumblebee retrospective, it's going to be a huge video. I'm going to end up covering so much. But, like, here's the thing about certain topics. I want to know what you guys want out of future discussions. Like, what questions about the Transformers franchise do you want me to cover? Do you want me to cover, you know, why is, you know, like I did, like, what happened to Optimus Prime's trailer? I might want to redo that video. It's a really, you know, the longer ones. What's my favorite Transformers video game? I really like Devastation. Devastation was fun. Retrospective videos, yeah, I can go all out, and I can always do that. I can discuss the human characters. How many times did Optimus Prime died? You know, yeah, that you know, but if I cover something like that, I'm gonna have to, like, focus on the topic. So, and what happened to Old Snake, and who is Old Snake, right? Okay, everyone, I'll say this one time. Don't go mad on Orion Pax video because we don't see Orion Pax much. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, like I don't you know, the Orion Pax video, like, it's something that I basically was able to just answer. But I got so many times I got comments on a lot of my videos. Why doesn't Optimus Prime revert back to Orion Pax? Why doesn't Optimus Prime revert back to Orion Pax? Why doesn't Optimus Prime revert back to Orion Pax? And nobody, you know, nobody, what's it call it? Like, would like I continually got that. So it's like, all right, I got to do a video on this. How's it going there, TF Fan Geek? Trying to say hi to people as I'm talking, but it's kind of difficult. But future Transformers, all I want to see Snapdragon. Yeah, he definitely did cover the whole Prime Dead thing, but you know, I could go into all the different details, and but that might, you know, again, it might take forever. Might redo my female. So what about my female Transformers video? The thing about doing my female Transformers video is if I needed to update it, I would have to re-record it. And I'd have to get my wife to probably re-record her lines, and she doesn't really want to have to re-record, you know, and be involved in my videos. And I can totally understand that because she doesn't have the same, like, emphasis on certain words that I do. She doesn't you know, understand what she's like. She understands G1, and I totally get that. But if I was to ask her a question about animated, it would go right over her head. So she knows G1, she loves G1, and she loves, like, the female Transformer characters, and she likes Windblade. You know, she's seen all the episodes of Prime with me, and she watched all the episodes of G1. She watched all of Beast Wars. She's watched all of the Unicron trilogy. She hates, and I mean, you know, my wife hates the Unicron trilogy, like, with a passion. She's like, that Armada was the worst. I say, no, Energon was worse. She goes, first Armada was bad, Energon was worse, and I don't know if I like Cybertron either. I was like, wow. She really did not like the anime, you know, Transformer series, and that was just, you know, that was just my wife's thing. So, you know, she really liked animated at first. It was kind of, you know, getting her to watch the rest of it, because I think it was like, okay, another reboot. Prime, we watched the whole thing, and then she didn't see all of Rid. I saw all of Rid, both Rids, and she's seen all of Cyberverse with me. So, because my daughter really likes Cyberverse because it's, like, short, it's sweet, and because my daughter has a 3-year-old attention span, it's easy for her to watch Cyberverse. So, but G1 is definitely my daughter. My daughter actually, she started because I started playing Transformers Earth Wars a little bit, and the music for G1 is on it. So you have that dun 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 dun. My daughter actually sings that, as well as the Transformers theme songs and all of the, like, the dun 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 dun, like the battle music. My daughter can, like, hum that. It's kind of cool. So Transformers and G.I. Joe, yes, they do share music. I couldn't do a video on that, though, unfortunately. G1 definitely had the best music. That's the thing. G1 had the best music out of all the different Transformers series. How's it going there, Diamond? I do what the Autobot base theme. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Do I like the Flash Rodimus? I don't know what that is. What's my favorite theme for Transformers? I love the season 3 because my daughter also does that. She does that like that part right there. Hey, from Scotland, what do I think about future holds for Transformers live action movies? I hope that it's a reboot starting with Bumblebee. Cold Slither, they'll be joining us soon. But I hope they do a sequel to Bumblebee that erases the Bay films, because the Bay films, just, especially after I was doing the research for the Bay films for my next video that I'm doing, I did a little bit of research on what's it called? On the making of the first Bay film, and how, there was like the fans really were vocal. And Michael Bay was like, I acknowledge you guys that you fans exist, but guess what? I'm doing my own thing. And I don't care. And I don't care if you like it. So, but, yeah. Are you a fan of the Cybertronic Spree? I'm actually going to see the Cybertronic Spree again at RetroCon in Oaks, Pennsylvania next month. And it'll be the second time that I've seen them, and I've met them in person. Finally rewatched season 3, have a new respect for RodimusPrimal and his struggles. Awesome. Do we think we can get a Metroplex in War for Cybertron? I think you're going to have to get your hands on the Metroplex that came out a couple years ago. Do I think that Transformers should become a cinematic universe folding into... They can. It's just if they do it right. I love the Transformers Beast Wars 2 intros. I love Beast Wars... in general. I think Beast Wars was a great series. You saw the NG Smooth ad on RetroCon? Yeah, I went last year. If you guys saw my RetroCon video, I talked a lot about it, and it was fun. See how close that 3. I guess that's... Oh, it's about 10 miles away. I thought that girl in Transformers 5 was sorry. That would have been cool if they did that. Rodimus and me and the wife had one more year in school. Oh, okay, so you guys are still in college. I can respect Bay's decision. He chose not to listen to fans to do his own thing. Ignoring criticism is bad, but if you're just going to do your own thing. See, the thing is that he did not respect, in my eyes, he did not care for the source material. Yeah, there's a major storm in my area. So, he didn't care for the all that stuff. Have I heard of Diamond Bolt? Watch my Dinobots video, and you'll know if I know who Diamond Bolt is. I know who Flash is. I thought you were talking about someone else. Of course I know who the Flash is. Of course I've watched the TV show as well. And the old TV show, even back in the 80s, and of course, it's the comics and stuff. Squeaks was the only great part of the last night. I wish he transformed. It would have been nice if he, was repaired and fixed and all that. They dropped the ball with him. Anyway, like I was saying with my next Transformers discussion videos, I want to do, I want to do a topic on will Bumblebee, why doesn't Bumblebee talk, in modern continuities? That's going to be a discussion video in the future. I want to do something on Soundwave. I don't know what to do yet. I want to talk about Galvatron and whether or not he still remembers himself as Megatron, because Galvatron is Megatron. Could talk about the best Beast Wars Megatron. David K is going to be at RetroCon. I'm also going to be at New York Comic Con as well. I'm going to be at New York Comic Con in October. So I'll be there at both of those two conventions, at RetroCon and New York Comic Con. Do a history on Soundwave's alt modes. Well, I can talk about how, Soundwave, they've always tried to keep him as a cassette player, even though he's not, always been a cassette player in some of the different Transformer series, but they didn't respect the source, and they never gave the characters all the... That's the thing, is they name slapped a lot of characters. Do a history on Sam Witwicky screaming. I don't think Bumblebee doesn't vocal like Junkion's talk. Do a video. It finally proves Starscream isn't actually a weakling and in fact regularly strong. Depends upon what continuity. He has a Master Sword, his main weapon. Do I think Hasbro cares as much as they do? I think Hasbro cares a great deal about Transformers. I always thought they care. I think they always will care because it makes them a lot of money. It's a matter of will they be able to make a line that continues to be able to make the money. I think that they need to move their manufacturing out of China. You know, I think if Hasbro moved their manufacturing away from there, they'd save on production. I'm not going to talk politics, but you know, China is like not, you know, right now is not the best place to be having a manufacturing plant. So for the plastic and stuff, it's time to move it. His Armada, yeah, he's not a weakness. How did Optimus Prime know Galvatron? Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Is Galvatron Megatron? Of course he is Megatron. And I could talk about that in the video. Hasbro's doing better with Transformers than Star Wars right now. That is true. And that is because Disney has ruined Star Wars. Can I do a retrospective of after cartoon era of G1? See, I want to do a video on why G1 came to an end. The cartoon and then, of course, the series. So if I do that, I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't want to do a video on, I mean, if I do a video on it, I mean, I could do a video on like the beginnings of the Transformers cartoon, but I want to do a video on why G1 came to an end. And I'm sitting there myself, okay, I did the Marvel Comics video. I hope everybody saw the Marvel Comics video because it's a redo of the one that I did before, but more people need to see it. And that kind of would lead into me doing something about the G1 cartoon coming to a close. You know, but if I was to talk about the G1 cartoon coming to a close, do I need to do a video about me talking about how the G1 cartoon came to be? You know, I can talk about why the G1 cartoon and the comic went into separate continuities, even though they both drew from each other. You know, you read they're moving to Vietnam. That might do them better. They might be able to save some money in that respect. In a future Transformers series, Shattered Glass characters, what do you think about this? I'm not a big Shattered Glass person. I don't mind a one-shot thing when somebody comes in and does like a Nemesis Prime episode or a Rodimus Unicronus episode, make a dark evil version of a character come, and then that's the one episode and that's it. You know, I'm cool with that. I don't need more than that. I don't think I need. You know, who would win in a bold contest, Thu or me? Apparently a lot of people like Thu. They don't like me. So, you know, I'm not well liked. That's why I'm doing some e-begging and saying go on my Streamlabs. How's it going there, Kato's Toy Box? If you guys haven't subscribed to Larkin's Lair and Kato's Toy Box, I definitely recommend their channels. I also recommend the Game Chasers, and they also do the Toy Chasers. So I definitely recommend them. You know, Melvor is one of the guys that works on Game Chasers channel, so definitely check out their channels for sure. And TF Fan Geek, I think you've got a small channel going on now too, right? Some of you guys have some small channels. But I'll get figure I'd give some shout outs where I could. Where was the end of G1? Well, G1 ended with Action Masters. And the comic ended in the spring of 1991. It was already canceled, but they knew they needed to finish the story. So, do I watch Freddie McMahon? I think I might be subscribed to him, but I don't get any channel. I mean, I don't get any of his updates or whatever. Oh, that's Freddie McMahon he's the guy who does no, I think I've seen some of his videos. He does parody stuff. Green Turtle Gaming has 76 subscribers. My second channel, RodimusPrimal Talks, I'd like to get that over 1,000 subs. That would be awesome. You know, if people would want to subscribe to RodimusPrimal Talks and have me talk about more stuff. Yeah, Larkin's Lair is another ball guy. Shout out to him too. We ball. It's funny because I saw this at when I used to still get haircuts that what's it called? It was God is good and God is fair. He's gave some of us brains and everyone else hair. Bald Transformers YouTubers. How about the 13 primes for Siege? If they do that, I would like to see them do like deluxe size figures. Gamers Guide check again. You have at least 67 now. Is it possible for the comic license for Transformers to come back to Marvel? No, that's not going to happen. I was going there, Diego. Yeah, you finally made it to one of my live streams. Diego also always leaves awesome comments. I will say that. See, if I was chosen to direct a live action film about Autobot Hoist, I'd probably do more of a G1 style, but I'd still make them tow truck. You know, maybe painted green and stuff. I know you did a B movie, a separate with the Bayverse, which is over. Agree with me. What? I don't understand what you mean by that. G1 Prime worth getting? Yes. Yeah, Marvel is like hurting in the comic sales right now. Here's some interesting numbers for you. In the spring of 1991, issue 80 sold 70,000. It was either 70 or 80,000 copies of their comic. Now, yeah, they that's how many they sold for issue 80. That was considered a failing comic book. So, at the time, because no book sold under 100,000 copies in the late 80s, early 90s. All Marvel comic books sold over 100,000 copies, especially when Jim Shooter was editor-in-chief. Now, a lot of people hate Jim Shooter, but there's one thing you can't deny is that when he was running Marvel, it was selling books. So now it doesn't sell even anywhere near 70,000 copies for a good selling for like X-Men or Spider-Man. So you can imagine like how many like books are not selling in a comic book store right now. And if I was to sell a comic book, if I was to make a comic book, I would probably sell it like online. I'd do like I probably would do a Kickstarter for the comic book, and I would show pages of what would be. Rodimus and Thu can be Shaggy and Thanos. Okay. Paramount needs... It's not so much that Paramount needs to lose the Transformers license, it's that Hasbro needs to take more creative control over the Transformers live-action films and say, this is what our Transformers movies need to look like. And they need to hire more directors like Travis Knight and do that, you know? Tiger Track needs to make a comeback, a yellow sideswipe. Rodimus, do I... It's a funny name for a funny Transformer there. Organic robot character design for live action. See, Beast Wars would be difficult to do, but they, like the people who did, what was it, The Lion King? It didn't cost anywhere near what Lorenzo said that a Beast Wars movie would cost. What's my favorite version of Jazz? G1, followed by animated. I really like the animated version of Jazz, but G1 is like the bee's knees. It's Bonaventura's fault. Grimlock or Power of the Primes Grim? I'd probably say Fall of Cybertron. Do I like Rescue Bots Academy? I've not been able to watch it yet. I've heard that it's not as good as the first Rescue Bot show. So, Jazz needs a new toy. Jazz needs like a re-release of the Reveal the Shield Jazz, and with a better paint scheme. You know, just re-release the Reveal to the Shield mold. That was a good Jazz toy, and I didn't get a chance to get my hands on it. So I definitely want the Reveal the Shield Jazz. So, did I like Animated's take on RC by making it? I thought that was a pretty cool take. I thought it was a, you know, I thought it was, I liked that version of RC. I think I would have liked to have seen her get more, I would have liked to have seen her get more screen time, but she was supposed to be a main character in season 4. Have I seen Transformers Broken Mirror or Ascension? Don't think I have. Should bring Rich Strong Arm. Could do that. Have I heard of Jobby the Hong? He is a toy reviewer. Yeah, of course I know who Jobby the Hong is. I don't know if he knows who I am or if he cares of who I am. It'd be cool if he gave me a shout out. Because he's got a lot of subs. And I've seen a couple of his videos, especially for his like Master Force works for like the Godzilla stuff. Siege Jazz would be nice. I would have liked a Siege Jazz just for the reason I would want the Jazz to match the More Than Meets the Eye pilot in vehicle mode. You can get it on YouTube for $7.99. What's the best Prime character? I really like Smokescreen. What about a Siege toy of Prime Breakdown? I want to get the Unite Warriors Menasor. Siege Jazz for sure. Yeah, and I want to Siege Wheeljack and Bumblebee, and have Bumblebee be able to fit in the back of Wheeljack. That would be cool. All right, I am getting a bunch of phone calls, and if people are calling me, it must be something really, really important. But you know, I really appreciate the stream, guys. I have to get going. I'm getting a lot of phone calls. A lot of people are messaging me, and you know, but just so you guys know, I have more Transformers discussion videos, guys, coming. And, you know, bear with me. I'm writing out scripts. I'm trying to figure some stuff out, where the scripts are going. I will do more Transformers news. I will do more, you know, I will do more Transformers news. I will do, you know, try to focus on a topic and allow myself to do more, what's the word I'm looking for? I would like to do more just straight, you know, cover the topic at hand. And, you know, but you guys going to see some more Transformers discussion videos coming soon. So, you know, definitely stay tuned for all that. I really appreciate every single one of you guys who have supported me, who have helped me, who have you know, left comments, watched my videos, and all that stuff. And thanks again, guys. So until all are one, have a good night. Transform, roll out.